This video goes over 1.4. Number 15, angles 2 and angle 3. These two angles are indeed adjacent, and they do form a linear pair. For 17, we first ask if these two angles are adjacent, and they do not share a side, though they do share a vertex, so they are considered not adjacent, which means they can't possibly be a linear pair. For 19, they want to know the complement of angle A, which means that angle A plus something is equal to 90. To figure this out, we can take 90 minus 56.4, and our answer there is 33.6. 21 works very similarly. The measure of angle B plus something is 90. So to figure out that missing angle, we subtract 2x minus 4. Remember, when we are distributing, we have to distribute the negative also. So this is really adding 4. 94 minus 2x is your answer. In 23, they give us a bunch of information, then ask us to figure out what angles 2, 3, and 4 are. Well, we might notice that angles 1 and 2 are congruent. So since 1 is 22.3, 2 is 22.3 degrees. We know 1 and 3 are complementary, so we can subtract 22.3 from 90. This will give us 67.7 degrees. And 4 is going to be the exact same result. For 24, we're supposed to name the pairs of vertical angles. So we have these two. We can call that PTU and VTR. The next pair is PTS and QTR in red. Finally, in green, we have QTU and VTS. And it's possible that your letters are in a different order. That doesn't really matter. If we wanted to expand to some of the larger angles, we could say that STU and VTQ are vertical angles. PTQ and STR are vertical angles. Or finally, PTV and UTR. And add that angle symbol. For 25, a probability problem, we can start with 30 degrees and look at all the possible pairings. It could be paired with 3 different angles. And out of those, only one of them is supplementary. Then we can take 60 degrees, and ignoring the repeats, the only one that is supplementary here is 60 and 120. So we have 2 out of a possible 6. We can reduce that to 1/3. For 27, we're told these two angles are supplementary, so we just add everything up to 180. If we combine like terms, we have 10x minus 20 is equal to 180. We can add 20 to both sides. 10x is equal to 200. And dividing by 10 is the same as just getting rid of a 0. So x is equal to 20. They want to know the measure of both angles. If we substitute 20 in for x for both of these expressions, ABD is 72 degrees, BDE is 108 degrees. For 29, since these two angles are complementary, that means they add up to 90, I can combine my like terms, that gives me 8y. I can combine my numbers, that gives me -6. If I set this equal to 90, add 6 to both sides, divide by 8. This means that y is equal to 12. I got to plug these both back in though. So 5 times 12 is 60, plus 1 is 61 degrees. 3 times 12 is 36, minus 7 is equal to 29 degrees. 31 has us adding these two angles together to equal 90 again. If we combine like terms, we have 3y minus 30 is equal to 90. Add 30 to both sides. We have 3y is equal to 120, so y is equal to 40 when we divide by 3. If we substitute in 40 for both of these angles, we get 10 and 80 degrees. They add up to 90. That checks out. For 39, we have this angle, which is x, this angle, which is also x, and then this other one, which is 90 degrees. We can add these two together, 2x plus 90 degrees, or x plus 90 degrees, and that equals 180. So we can subtract 90 from both sides, and we get 2x is equal to 90, so x is equal to 45. For 40, we're looking at two complementary angles, so we know they're going to add up to 90 degrees. And the one, we'll call x, has a ratio of 1 to 2 to the other, so we can call this one 2x. So if we take x plus 2x equals 90, 3x equals 90, x is equal to 30. They want to know the measure of the larger angle, so we plug that in here and get 60 degrees. For 41, they give us the measure of angle A and B and want to know what can we plug in for y to make these two angles supplementary. So we want to know in what case will 3y plus double 3y equal 180. And if we add like terms and divide, we get 20. We have two supplementary angles adding up to 180, and we know that one is 7x and the other is 5x. That gives us a ratio of 7 to 5. If we combine those, 7x plus 5x is equal to 180. That's 12 is equal to 180. So I'm just going to start cutting these in half and say 6 is equal to, this is x by the way, 90. And then I can divide by 3 and get that 2x is equal to 30. And then x is equal to 15. In case you didn't know how to do 180 divided by 12 in your head. They want to see the smaller angle, so we plug in 15 times 5, and that gives us 75.